Nighttime has arrived here in gorgeous Tampa, where it was a full day for Doc Holliday's Thundering Herd football team. A Thundering Herd squad coming in with an 8-4 record and getting set to go up against a 9-3 Knights team from the University of Central Florida on Monday afternoon at Raymond James Stadium. Bowl preparation continued this morning at the home of the Berkeley School Buccaneers here in Tampa. Marshall will be gunning for a second straight title in this bowl game after knocking off South Florida last December. Thundering Herd teams are a perfect 6-0 in bowl games with Doc Holliday at the controls. There's lots to do, but Coach Holliday and company were happy to be continuing the build-up to UCF here in Tampa.
There's a lot of distractions when you get into bowl situations. There'll be distractions again today and tomorrow, so you got to be able to put those distractions aside at times and make sure you prepare and prepare the right way. Not just come out here and go through the motions, but come out and practice the way you need to practice. Be prepared to go play an excellent team, which Central Florida is.
You know, everyone's excited to go out and do this and go to the bike drive and do everything else, but came here to play football, and just coming out here in the morning with great weather like this and enjoying it. I mean, it's fun.
So just getting your legs back, being on the plane, been on the bus all day, and walking around, rides and stuff. So just getting your legs back and getting back in the groove, because Monday will be here in no time.
Once practice was over, it was time to go build some bikes for the underprivileged at Curtis Hickson Park. And by the way, the Thundering Herd built just a few more than did the Knights. Of course, it was all for a good cause.
You can always compare it to football. Like you come into practice, you work on it, and you think you had a good day, and you go back and you go to your coach, as in the building instructors, and they're like, well, you need to fix this, and you need to fix that, and you go back and you fix it, and you bring it back and you get the finished product, and it's just a great thing. Yeah, it did feel good to be a kid again. I haven't rode a bike in a long time. It brought back a lot of memories, actually getting a bike and, riding when I was 12 and 13.
Marshall will have another workout Saturday morning at the Berkeley Prep School. That will be followed by a walkthrough Sunday at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers indoor facility. And that leads us to the showdown on Monday with UCF inside Raymond James Stadium, home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That will do it for now with this Bad Boy Mowers Gasparilla Bowl countdown in Tampa. I'm Mark Martin, Eyewitness Sports. All college football programs have great support, and Marshall University is no different, including a man by the name of Steve Harvey. No, not the host of Family Feud, but a guy who is certainly a key part of this Thundering Herd football family. He is known as Rev. Steve Harvey has been the team chaplain for Marshall football dating back to 2005. When Doc Holliday was hired in December of 2009, he was encouraged to keep Rev around.
Yeah, it meant a lot to me. The guys that were like Lee Smith, the Cody Slate, and those guys, they went to Doc and said, because Doc never met me, and maybe some days he wish, but he called me and we talked, and here I am 10 years later. I've been here with him all 10 years.
Holliday says retaining Rev was one of the best decisions he's ever made as Marshall's head football coach.
I've had the opportunity to have 3 great jobs other than this one, and we've always had team chaplains, but we never had a guy like this guy. And you guys have been around him and know him. 100% of our kids always show up for his chapel services, and you just look at how he affects the kids. Look at the number of players on this, throughout the last 10, 15 years he's married. Sometimes they always call him to do it. That's the respect they have for him.
Harvey has been the pastor of Sharon Baptist Church in Ironton for 31 years. He first got involved with football at tradition-rich Ironton High, his alma mater, and he has been speaking to teams ever since.
I was there 26 years, so had a lot of, I told them that was my training ground, for this next level here, but it's a lot of fun. Then I've had opportunities to go speak to professional teams because of this.
Harvey has loved and cherished every moment, helping to touch young lives.
Talk about a recipe for success is having him around and having someone you can count on to talk to. He is the most special guy I've ever met in my life, and having him around is, a big plus for our program, and it's the advantage we have over everybody else is having him around.
I tell the recruits and their families when they come in that we're just trying to make a better person out of your young man when he leaves here after 4 years. We want him to be a better individual when he leaves than he was when he came in the door, and that part of that is my role.
Rev feels blessed to have been a part of Holliday's program the past 10 seasons.
I have. It's been a great ride, you know. Got some rings that my boys can fight over when I'm gone, you know, and it's just been an amazing journey for me.
Seems like there's a lot of laughter going on.
There's a lot of laughter. There's a lot of, I call it spiritual motivation, you know. It's just a great thing to be a part of.
It's interesting to note this Steve Harvey and the game show host do share more in common than just their names.
And I'm the original because I'm 2 years older. How about that? And we're both from Ohio, and his dad's a minister, and I'm a minister. How about that? But I'm at Marshall, and that's all counts, and go Herd.
One thing is for certain, Marshall football is in good hands with Rev on their side. Again, it's a 2:30 kickoff inside Raymond James Stadium between the Thundering Herd and UCF. First meeting since 2012, and it's the lone bowl game slated for Monday as we get closer and closer to Christmas Day. In Tampa, Florida, with the Thundering Herd, I'm Mark Martin, Eyewitness Sports. I'm Mark Martin, and we welcome you back to First and 10, our 15th and final edition of this 2019 football season. To be involved in a profession for 46 years may seem like a long time to many, but when it is something you happen to love, there's a chance the feeling is one in which the career is just getting started. And that's exactly the way it feels to Bob Mollett, who just completed his 46th campaign patrolling the football sidelines. It's a Thursday night in the 2019 football season, and Bob Mollett is doing what he loves most.
Let's go, baby! Let's go!
Coaching football.
I started out as assistant football coach at Gawley Bridge and coached the basketball team at the grade school.
He grew as a coach and finally got his chance to lead a program, turning tiny Van High into a power.
Starting at Van was really the best thing that happened in my career. You know, we ended up turning the program around, and my last 7 years we were 57-7, 4 trips to the playoffs, one of them to the semifinals, and we built a weight program and a field house and bleachers, and Van was the big start, and I still, in my heart, hold it dear to me, Van High School, as well as I coached at Sherman a couple times, Scott a couple times, and of course I've been all over. I've been to 2 or 3 other schools too, back in Nitro and Buffalo and Gawley Bridge.
Gawley Bridge is where his passion for the game started. He starred for the Travelers and then played at both Potomac State Junior College and Concord College. In 1989, after nearly accepting the head coaching position at West Virginia Tech College, Mollett instead was hired at Concord to lead his beloved Mountain Lions.
So I took my wife. She loved Concord. Of course, she went to Concord where I met my wife. And I loved it, and it was a great 10 years. Still hold 10 years as long as anybody ever coached at one time at Concord in football.
He won multiple league championships and guided a team to the national playoffs. In 2011, he was inducted into the school's Hall of Fame. Returning to the high school level, Mollett was selected as the South head coach for the 2007 North-South Football Classic. And for over a decade now, he's served as the Classic's director.
Oh, I love the North-South. I used to come watch my brother-in-law, Mike Linsky, you know, tremendous coach in his own right, champion coach, and we lost Mike, you know, but they asked me to do it, and I never looked back, and now it's 11 years, and it's just great for me.
But as great as it is, there's nothing like leading young men on a football field. Over the past 4 years, Mollett has been the head coach at John Adams Middle School. His 2019 team recently finished undefeated and shared the Kanawha County Championship.
You go out there on Thursday night, it's just the same thing as been at Concord College playing at Liberty University. You know, because I've got to coach against Liberty and Sanford and Indiana State and stuff like that at Concord. So it's just the same feeling was there, even though it's pretty good sized college football to a middle school. Everybody says that's a big golf, but to me it didn't because it's still football.
And he's not about to stop anytime soon.
The good Lord willing, I want to do it 50 years. I know Bob Sang in Huntington has a little old stone down there that says 50 years. And I followed Larry McClintock, and Larry finished with 47 at Meadow Bridge. And I got to go one more to catch up with Larry McClintock. But if the Lord gives me the health, I hope to make 50 years.
The football passion, this one-time Golly Bridge star to this current energetic leader, has never waned. And the reason is simple. For Bob Mullet knows the game of football has blessed his life time and time again.
3rd down and 5 from the 23. This Clay team playing offensively without Riley Perkins. Good fullback. Krajewski puts it in the air, looking for Vance. He's got Vance. Touchdown, Panthers.
Well, that was an excellent throw by Krajewski. It was an over-the-shoulder throw. Actually, Mark, he throws the ball before Vance makes his breakout on the back pylon in the end zone. Is an excellent throw and catch. Well, they might be a little bit gassed.
Krajewski looking, sets up, got a man, catch is made, touchdown Vance. A 15-yard strike. And Clay up on Hoover, 12-0 here in the first quarter in Falling Rock. Like that, the Clay Panthers with a 2-touchdown lead. Krajewski launching, Vance hauling it in, a beauty here in Falling Rock. And Krajewski and Vance hooking up for the second time. Panthers up by 2 touchdowns on FNR.
There's a chill in the air on the Marshall University campus in Huntington, West Virginia, and that means basketball is back inside the Cam Henderson Center. Tonight, the Marshall University Thundering Herd men's basketball team opens the 2019-20 season, entertaining the Colonials of Robert Morris University. Marshall looks to build from last season's success, in which it captured the CIT title. Robert Morris is coming off an 18-17 campaign. Greetings from Huntington, along with two-time NAIA National Coach of the Year, Bob Boland, and our great crew. I'm Mark Martin. Delighted you could be with us. Well, Bob Boland, now you play for keeps in college basketball. We'll save it, and Marshall will reset.
Both teams a little tight here to start this one.
Jared West rifles it over. Kinsey, 3-ball on the way, won't go. Williams skies to get the rebound. Now Byers straight away, guns it in.
I don't know how many possessions this year you'll see 4 3-point attempts on one possession.
Michael Byers had 15 in an exhibition with the University of Rio Grande on Saturday. Marshall with a couple of exhibitions before the season opener here tonight. Driving and missing the shot is Brahma.
Marshall's length at all positions, giving Robert Morris a hard time when they're driving to the basket.
Jared West driving in and scoring it.
Jared West with a strong move to the basket and a nice left-handed finish. Jared West going strong, challenging the taller defender. Nice soft kiss off the glass.